Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. About the same time last year I uploaded my 2014 Gearbag video, and it's something that I had been wanting to do for the past month and a half, but just a hectic schedule kind of prevented me from doing that. And now it's the summertime, there's a little bit more free time, and I'm taking this opportunity to update on the gear that I'm using. So if you have seen my other video, you'll find that it's basically the same bag. This is the Die Navigator. If you're not familiar with it, I don't have the second piece. I actually sold that because I just needed this piece. It's still in similar condition to last year's video, only because I don't really take this out to the field with me. I think since last year I've only used it once or twice. The reason I don't really take it to the field is because it's a lot more space than I usually need, and I don't really need all of this. So on a typical rec ball day, I'll either take a backpack type bag or a small duffel bag, and that fits me perfectly. I find that if I do take this bag, I'm very inclined to fill it up, and I'll come home basically upset with myself, like I took it with me thinking I was going to need it and not really needing it. So in a way to kind of prevent myself from bringing unnecessary things, I try to limit myself with a smaller bag, but that's just me. So I try to minimize what I typically need or bring to the field. So about that, let's go ahead with the gear bag. So first off, let's start off with the soft goods. In this gear bag, you'll find that some of them are the same as last year's and some are new. So as far as padding, I still have my knee pads here. They continue to be very comfortable. I forget that they're on midday, and it serves its purpose. No problems at all with these ones. They're holding up really well. The Velcro still holds very nicely. So even with me putting in the washing machine after each day's play, they're holding up really nicely. And these are the arm pads from last year as well, still in very good condition. I don't really use these too much because I wear padded jerseys, so in the event that it's a little hotter, with it being summertime or a really warm day, I might wear these if I'm wearing short sleeves or a jersey that has no padding. Okay, my pants. I still continue to wear these disruptive pants. They're holding up really well as well. They've served me well, and I think I'm going to keep using it. The Velcro on the side is slightly weaker, which is understandable, but one thing I really like about these pants is this is lighter than many of the pants out there, so this is perfect for warmer weather. Another thing is that they're also taller than longer than many of the pants out there, so for all you taller ballers out there, this would be a good pair of pants to consider. This is extra large, and I would say the inseam is probably definitely more than 34. I'd say 36, maybe even 38. So all you ballers out there on the taller side, check them out. Some of you might recognize these from the other video. I was able to pick this up from Warped Sports at a very decent price. It came with a free t-shirt. Basically an Eclipse jersey, as you can see, padding on the shoulders and the forearm. It just doesn't have the thumb loops, which I don't typically use anyway for a rec ball, so this fits me perfectly. So this is something that I will wear on a typical rec ball day, and that's about it. I do also have a team jersey. This one is from Raza. Basically similar padding shoulders, forearms, but this does have the thumb loops. So for organized events, if I'm playing with my team, I'll be using these. So the Warped Sports is more so rec ball day, and I'll use that. But also, as part of the package, I was able to get this t-shirt, so if it's a little bit hotter and I don't want to wear long sleeves, I'll wear these instead. You'll see some fraying right here from the pod pack, but you know, hey, that's what happens when you use your stuff. So here it is, packed up again. As you can see, this bottom section holds quite a lot of equipment. So let's go on to the other pockets. We have this. Let's start off with this one. Okay, here, no particular reason. I just hold my 4 pods here. I mean, I typically have a box with other pods, so if I even need this pocket for other equipment, I'll use that. So as far as this bag is concerned, I've mainly used this for storage because I don't really take it with to the field. So after I wash them, I put them back in this bag and store it in the closet, the utility room, and just call it a day and basically keep everything together. Let's start off with this one. So here I have my plastic case, and this is my toolbox. It has things that I would need. So you have your 9-volt batteries, a couple of AA's, Allen keys right there, small army knife, some lube and some grease depending on the marker that I'm using, or if somebody needs oil, I can use that. Some O-rings right here, you know, small screwdriver set. That's basically it for my toolbox right there. Something new that I've recently been trying to use is the Freak set. Now I was able to get this set, but instead of using the stock case, which is a little bit bulkier, I decided to use one of the plastic containers I had lying around the house, not really being used. I found it to be a little bit more compact, and basically just took the inserts that could fit in here, something that I would be able to use out in the field. I actually have 2 inserts that is in the original case, which I don't think I'll be using out in the field, like the 9.7 and 9.2. And what I did was I ordered customizable foam, the picket form foam, and plucked the space needed for the inserts. So right here I have 679, 82, 684, 87, 89, and all the way to 91. I think that's going to be plenty of choices for the field. Okay, so that is the one section. The front pocket is basically where I store my microfiber cloths, which I won't take all of them. I typically take maybe 2 or 3 depending on the type of day, I guess. If I expect to play a little bit more, I might take 3. And these are little bags that I'll use to put the hopper, the markers in before I put them in the case, because this is a lot easier to put in the wash than the case. And the laundry bag, you know. So it just helps me keep the bags a little bit cleaner after a day's play. Now in this, did that one, my bad. Okay, the front side, I have my gloves, which have been holding it really well. I don't use them too much, but you know, in the winter time or maybe some speedball, I'll use these. But for rec ball, I don't really use gloves too much. And a couple of barrel socks. just in case I make a noob move and accidentally shoot one into the barrel sock. I have one to spare, a clean one, instead of trying to clean it. Nothing in this pocket, and nothing in the small pocket up on top. So onto the main compartment. Okay, nothing really here. Here we go. Right on the top is my pump. As you can tell from my more recent videos, I'm using these a little bit more. I'm trying to find some time to at least play with this for a couple of games, especially when I get to the field early and it's more so newer players out there. So if I roll with these, they don't seem to be as intimidated, and I also get to practice on snap shooting and conserving paint, so it's a win-win situation. Just like I mentioned in the previous video, the last time I was out, I lost the cocking rod somehow. I don't know how that happened. It fell out, so I had to go buy this replacement. Nothing really new with it. I haven't really changed anything. Right now I'm still trying to balance the IVG and the HPR for a quieter and smoother shot. One thing I did do, or still doing, is trying to find a lighter spring. Right now I went to the local hard store, replaced it for lighter springs to have a smoother pull. So I'm still going to play around with that as well. But you know, so far so good. No complaints about it. So especially in the summer, you might see me putting out a couple more pump videos. Alright, here, that's the pump. So we'll start from the top to the bottom. Here is my camera bag. Some of you may notice, especially if you use the Game Boy. I'm still using that. I just find it to be the perfect size. So I have my batteries, my side mount right here, which I attach to the camera itself, and something I've been doing recently, dual cam. So I have the main one, the Ghost, right here, which I will typically mount on my mask, as well as the Stealth 2. So this one I'll put under the barrel, or maybe just recently putting it somewhere on the field and capture everybody running or breaking out. So I'm just trying to get ideas on new camera angles and stuff, just to keep things different, a little bit more interesting on the videos. So if you have any suggestions, definitely let me know. Things that have worked for you, definitely share those ideas. I would greatly appreciate it. And here is the mask. Here is my Dye i4s. Right now I've been using the clear lens. I have no problems with it. The clarity, especially for cloudy days, is exceptional. And I have the two mounts on both sides, so in the videos you'll see me switching cameras to get a better angle, but with the camera under the barrel, I don't have to worry about it as much. Before that I had to be very mindful on which side captured the action better. Right now it's still holding strong with the replacement adhesive as well as the crazy glue in there. I know a viewer mentioned using Sugru previously, and I think I might do that for another mask that I have. Or if this ever gets shot directly and it falls off, I'll try it and use that Sugru and see how it compares. So that's it for the mask. Let me just put that away. And some of my headgear. So here's a Russian Legion that I have that I've been using a little bit more recently, and I also have this head wrap right here, so I can choose whichever one to use, and nothing special about them, but it does protect my forehead from a lot of welts. Alright, next, my pod pack. Sorry, it's a little bit dirty. I don't really like to wash this too much. I definitely don't throw it in the washing machine. All I do is hose it down and call it a day. Just hose it down with a hose and leave it out to dry. The reason I don't want to put it in the washing machine is because of the Velcro. I don't want to decrease the life of the Velcro, as well as damage the t-shirts that I have or the jerseys. So I'm just fine with washing it down. Continues to be one of the lightest packs I've tried. It definitely holds my pods, which are alpha pods, which is a little bit bigger than standard pods. So in other pod packs, these are a little bit tough for it to come out. I forgot to show this earlier. In one of the pods, this is where I keep my swabs. So this is a perfect combo. It slides out nice and easy, and like I said, it's very light. It's not rigid, which I really like about this pack. Here's my tank with the V2 reg with the shims taken out. So that's about 450, 500, I guess, which is perfect for my markers. You know, nothing out of the ordinary about this. And here is my spire, my custom spire, which I dyed. I received a couple of questions on, you know, how I got this blue, if it was a custom spire or limited edition. Like, no, this was just a white one, which I dyed. It was a white green, and I dyed it. And in my earlier videos, you saw me having some difficulty with the spire feeding some paintballs, which I had to turn it on and off, or press the this advance button. But when I contacted Spire, they were really great about answering and dealing with customer service. It turned out that my software was outdated and the motor might have been the issue, so I sent it in and they sent me a replacement, and ever since then it's rocking the way it should. So thank you, Virtue. Okay. Now, now here is a die boom box which houses my disruptive set. So I have 2 tips and 4 backs, a 6, 7, 8, which if I do need it for pump, I'll use that. But I have a 682, 685, and 688. I find myself lately using the 86 and 688. I'm sorry, I said 85 before, but it's 686. So I find myself using these two a little bit more, especially for electros. I really like the barrels. It's very quiet, nice and light, and it, you know, I can choose the tips to match the gun. Now, one thing that I had mentioned that I was trying new were the freak inserts. The only reason I got the inserts was because of the shocker, the blue shocker in my previous videos, which I don't have anymore. I sold it recently, but I kept the barrel or the freaks only because I wanted to try it out on the other guns. So this one is the Lucky 15 that I picked up, and I got it for pretty cheap because it was a 693. So nobody was really using it, and I paid for it to be freak board. TJD Customs did an awesome job with freaking it. It came in a timely manner. He does mention that he only is able to do it on Saturdays. So if you want it quick and without waiting too long, I guess, make sure you mail it midweek so he gets it by Friday, Thursday, so he can work on it, and then he'll get it out to you by Monday. So if he gets it on Sunday, you're going to have to wait till the following Saturday before he works on it and mails it out to you. Now, this one is an old Eclipse Solo barrel. I picked it up 3 years ago, but never really used because this is a large bore and it was just sitting out in the gear bag. And since I already had the freak inserts, I decided to go ahead and get this freak board as well. I mean, it was just sitting in the gear bag, not really getting any use, and I didn't think anybody really wanted to pay for this one, so I might as well get some use out of it. So this is autococker threaded, which I will use on the pump or just for fun, just to check it out, the freak inserts on the other guns. Pretty quiet, you know, nice and light, one piece, especially for the pump. Easy to take off the barrel without, you know, worrying if the back comes off the front and things like that. Now this is a recent pickup locally through Craigslist. The guy was selling his stuff, and you know, he was an old-time baller, and you know, this was very cheap and I couldn't pass it up, and it was worth a shot trying. This is a Dye old school stainless one piece. Now this is, I don't know if you can tell, but it's significantly shorter than the 15 and the 14-inch barrels, so this is a 12. It's definitely hefty, heavy, but this is something I was using with my pump. I have to worry about the rollouts, but so far I haven't really experienced that on the field. I believe this is 688. It's not marked, so I would assume this is 688. I don't have any calipers to confirm it, but I think I'm going to use this a little bit. But if I start experiencing some rollouts, depending on the paint I'm using, I might switch it out to, you know, the freak one. But not only because it's silver, it kind of matches the pump a little bit more, but it's also very, very quiet. So this is a 12-inch, and it's one of the quietest barrels that I have. So I can't even imagine how much quieter the 14 or even the 16-inch barrels would be. So if I happen to see one and pick one up, I'll definitely try and check that out. Now, as far as the speedball gun videos, you'll see me use this one. This continues to be my favorite barrel, my go-to barrel, the Lucky 15. This one is just the 685. I don't have the set anymore. I sold that one because previously they had the bores were a little bit too big. I think it went 693, 689, and 686, and I didn't need all those large bores, so I decided to sell that set and just pick this up and just use this one. But Lucky 15 is released new barrels, but not a set yet, just individual barrels. So they have a 681, a 685, and a 689. Once they start getting or releasing the set, I might think about trying it out, only because this is a really good barrel and I want to utilize it. Like I said, it's not as light as many of the barrels, but I do like it because of the porting, and it makes the guns significantly quieter. You know, right now they only have black, but I think the new sets will be raw or dust silver, so at least there's a little bit more options in the new set. So, but that's it for the barrels. So in the future you'll probably see me make comments on the freak barrel. If it doesn't pan out, I can definitely sell this freak board barrel and the inserts because they're pretty popular. I shouldn't have any problems selling it if I don't like it and want to stick to the disruptive or the lucky, let me know. It was now my two main speedball guns. This one you've seen in a couple of videos. This is the MacDev Clone VX. This is something that I picked up recently only because I wanted to go back to MacDev because I missed the guns. I sold my Droid, the VX that I had, and the GT, and that was about a year and a half ago since I had my GT, and I traded a gun for this VX. It's in very good condition. The only thing is, like many of the MacDev guns out there, it suffered from faulty screens. So this one actually came with a very dim screen. I actually have to be inside to be able to see the screen. So right now I have it off, but I have it set to semi, which I play 99% of the time. I don't need to adjust the dwell or the ABS. It's shooting the way it should. So I have it without the screen right now. I am considering sending it to Tadao to have it flashed, to have it work with LED conversion board. So at least if I ever need to change it, I can change it at the field. You know, like in the other video, I made my own LED conversion board because they're not really available in the stores anymore. So I might just pay for it to be flashed and put my own LED board in there, and I'm good to go. But for the past 3 months, I've been using it without the board, and so far so good. You know, this is one of the guns I'll be using. Now the other one, now I have a running joke with somebody at the field, and he really doesn't like it when I say this, but here is my backup. Here's my Eclipse Geo. I haven't really been using it lately because I've been using the other guns, so he really doesn't like it when I say my backup. But I'm going to try and use this a little bit more, especially for rec days. I don't really want to use it in the woods just for fear of tripping and something unforeseen to damage. Last time I was playing in the woods in skirmish, I was using a GT. I wasn't even running. I just tripped while I was walking and shooting, and I managed to bend the feed neck. You know, it was totally my fault. I tried to cradle the gun, but I kind of bent the feed neck. So I'm a little fearful in using this gun in many situations where I can trip. But on flat fields and even speedball, this one I'll be more apt to use. So maybe in the summer I'll be using this a little bit more, but I like to cycle through the guns to make sure I don't forget about it and just to keep things fresh. But this is my other speedball gun. So if you're watching, Rob, yeah, here's my backup. Well, that's it for my Gearbag video. Sorry for the background noise over there. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too long. Like always, feel free to like the video, subscribe, definitely comment if you can. You know, I truly appreciate you taking the time to comment on the videos. If you have tried some of these, you know, some of the gear that I have, definitely let me know what you like, you don't like, and I'm always open to hearing about different gear. You know, the GI packs out there, the other packs, the HK packs and whatnot. Tell me what you like about that pack, what makes it better than the die packs or any other gear that I have. Definitely let me know. I truly appreciate it, and hopefully it'll help other viewers out there in deciding what gear to get. Okay, thank you again. See you guys out there in the field, and happy balling.